So we're here with Callum Wither. He's a class of 2022. Callum, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me.
So you have an interesting football path. Tell us a little bit about how you got started, kind of where you've been, like sort of the journey that you've been on.
All right, so I started taking football serious in like ninth grade when I decided to go to Football North in Mississauga. So from grade 9 to 10, I went there, had a great time, made some of my like best friends, you know. But then I ended up leaving Football North in grade 11 to attend St. Joseph's Collegiate Institute in Buffalo. I really attended there just because there was an opportunity, you know, to get in and have full reps and all that. I was splitting time back at Football North with one of my really good friends, Quincy Vaughn, who plays quarterback at North Dakota. You know, we were super good friends. I just felt at the time it was the best option for me. So I ended up leaving. I had a great relationship with the head coach at Joe's, Derek Landry, who was an 8-year NFL veteran. I ended up coming back to Football North just with, you know, everything going on with COVID and like near the end of the year, my head coach and the school had like ended up parting ways. So I ended up leaving, and then COVID kind of happened. So it kind of brought me back in Canada for a while. And I couldn't get back down to the States. You know, all my stuff's still over there. Can't even go get anything. I really couldn't go visit anywhere. So I ended up coming back to Football North. So I'm glad to be back.
So did you start playing quarterback, or what position did you start playing at?
I played defensive line when I was 6 because I was the biggest kid on the field. And then I played quarterback the rest of my life.
Is that the position that you wanted to play, or is that just sort of what you fell into?
I mean, when I was, oh, that's my dog. Sorry. When I was a little kid, I could just throw the ball far, so then they'd put me there, and then it just kind of stuck.
What do you like most about your position?
I like to be in control. I like, you know, the idea of knowing that what everybody's doing and, you know, having that role and that responsibility. So that's really what I like about it. You know, I like the idea of, you know, me being like the leader of the team. And
I mean, you have an outstanding frame. You have obviously solid arm strength. I think what we noticed most about you was your solid leadership skills and your poise. I think that stuck out to me actually most, even when I saw you a couple of years ago. What would you say, what type of player you are?
I like to be, you know, I'm definitely like, I would say I have a little bit of that kind of flair, that flash when I'm with the team and stuff. I like to bring energy to practice, games, try to get everyone hyped, but I know that I have to be calm. So obviously I like to bring that energy, and I like to bring that kind of swagger when I'm practicing, and, you know, try to get that energy up. But at the same time, like, I know I can't be like, you know, excessive with it. And like, so I like to kind of, you know, be calm and, you know, relax, chill.
What type of coaching would you say you best respond to?
Coaching wise, I'd say I definitely like a guy that can, you know, will get in my face and yell at me, because sometimes you need that. You need that in life, I think. But at the other times, I like to be able to be, I don't want it to be like a dictatorship. Yeah. Like, I like to be able to have open communication and tell him what I see and like how I feel about certain plays and stuff. But at the same time, like, you know, you always need that coach that has the iron foot and like, you know, tells you what to do.
What would you say is your favorite part about the football season?
So at my old school, we had some pregame rituals. This was all like new to me, right? Like, we didn't have any of that stuff before. So I go down to the States, and, you know, it's like a big thing down there. Mm-hmm. And so, like, for instance, before games, if we won the game, we won last week's game. The next week, our head coach, like, his like thing was he would like dress up as Rambo. It was crazy. He would like run around the field. It was super cool. Like, one time we had a dump truck come on the field, and he was standing on the dump truck dressed as Rambo, and then he jumped off of it. It was just crazy. It was like crazy. And one time he gave me he would always bring gifts for like certain players. So one week I got a shirt. I think it had like a cat on it, because they were like chirping me. It was like my first week down there, and everyone was like chirping me about stuff. They were trying to like call me soft and all that. So I just thought it was hilarious. And then I obviously, like, when I was down there, like, we had like our rivalry week against Canisius, and it was like at our game, you know, there was like 700 people there, right? It was so it was the most I ever played in front of. It was just super cool.
How did you handle that?
The first play, I looked around and I was like, oh, this is like super cool. But then after that, I just kind of dialed it in and was like, didn't even really faze me. be honest.
It kind of melts away, right? It just
It really
sort of
does. Like, you don't
goes
really
away.
realize it
Yeah.
until after the game, and then you see pictures, and there's like the stands are like filled and
Yeah.
all around them.
Taking into account the pandemic, what are your goals kind of for this next period of football for you, and how has that shifted?
Obviously, the goal is just to win football games. Just winning week one for me. Whenever week one is, that's kind of my goal. Making sure the team is ready. Personally, like obviously recruiting wise, just trying to have that pick up, get the ball rolling as much as I can. It kind of sucks that camp season and all my visits and stuff were canceled, which really is unfortunate because I was looking forward to all those. Right now, just focusing on staying prepared for whenever we get the call.
What has your training been like?
We had all throughout the pandemic, we had Zoom calls every week, 3 a week, I think. And then as soon as training camp started, we were lifting in the morning, around like 11 or 12. And then we had practice for 4 hours every day, 5 days a week. So that was like our regimen. And then even during the pandemic, like I was still able to work out and have a place to lift and all that. So it was nice to be home. I definitely actually like the online school stuff. So it really wasn't that unfortunate for me. I enjoyed it. And then being able to work out still. And obviously I couldn't throw as much, but I still was able to enough. So
we ranked you on the class of 2022. Just going back when you first found out you were ranked, how did that affect you, and what was that like for you?
Well, I mean, on the first one, when I was like the number one player, that was super cool, definitely. And then I went down to like 3. I was like, oh, what's going on? No, I'm just kidding. No, it's definitely super cool to see the recognition come in for all your hard work paying off. It's super cool to see. Really, it's just kind of a reminder to me that the work's not done though, because I'm not number one. So
we had you in the 2019 CFC prospect game that was broadcast on TSN as an underager. Just reflect a bit about that experience for you.
Oh, that was a super cool experience for me, just because all these kids I had never met, with all great talent and all these nice guys. And a lot of them, a bunch of them were actually playing D1. My friend, one of my really good friends, Leif at Arizona, he was there. So super cool to like I never got to play against him, right? So super cool to like have that experience and like play against my friends and meet all these new people. At the same time, like getting coached and trained. So I enjoyed it.
Just going now, transitioning a bit more to the recruiting process. I know that from that game, a number of the players who were in that got some offers from the NCAA. Yeah. How has your recruiting been so far? Just talk to us a bit about what's been going on with you in terms of your offers. I know you've got a few.
Well, funny story. Actually, after that CFC game, I drove from Ottawa to Bowling Green, Kentucky, 9 hours to camp. I got there like 2 a.m. Woke up the next morning at like 6. Went to camp, and then got the offer that next morning. To me, it was crazy because I didn't even feel like I had a great camp then, just because I was so tired from sitting in a car all day, right? But no, it was just crazy to think that like I was with all these people, and then the next morning I had an offer, which was the craziest feeling. Recruiting wise, I mean, it's been nice to see like who's board I'm on and who's actually likes me. Is it just that's really cool though to finally be able to contact them and talk to them. Recruiting wise, I have the 4 offers now from Bowling Green, Central Michigan, Kent State, and Buffalo. I mean, I've taken visits to all of them except for Bowling Green. I was only there the one day. I was hoping to go back in the spring, but then COVID kind of ruined that. And then I had visits planned to I was going to Pitt and Penn State, and then I was headed to Notre Dame, South Carolina, Duke, Pitt again, Michigan. Those were the schools I was headed to in the May to July. So then those kind of got canceled, which really sucked.
Do you have a short list of schools, or is it too early to say?
I'd say it's too early to say, especially because I'm hearing from a lot of schools as of the first started texting me. New schools I didn't even know were going to text me. Really just trying to see what we can get with that, and hopefully, obviously, the goal is to play, Division One football at the highest level. Gonna see whatever happens. I'd say it's probably a little too early just to say there's a list yet or who's my favorite.
What would you say you're looking for in your future school, both academically, what are you looking to take, and athletically, what are kind of the components that you hope that they have?
Obviously, I hope to play as much as I can in college. Academically, I always tell everyone who asks, I just want to study football because I don't know what I want to take. I literally have no idea, unfortunately. What I think I want to do is just stay in football after football,
Right.
whether it's coaching or, being an agent or something like that. Yeah, just staying in football really is what I think I want to do.
How do you deal with the performance expectations that, you put on yourself, your parents, your friends, people around you, coaches? How do you deal with all of that?
I mean, even now, last year, like coming in, I was like the transfer kid. Like everyone expects a lot out of you. It's really just like, doing to me, it was just like, I just got to do what I know I can do. What other people think doesn't really matter. It's all about what you think about or you're thinking. Nobody else can change your thought. Well, I know what I got to do, and so I got to go do it.
And do your parents work pretty hard to keep you grounded?
Oh, all the time. All the time.
What are your hidden talents? What are things you like to do outside of football?
Oh, this is a hard question, honestly. You know what I've been trying to learn to do? I've been trying to learn to do a backflip, but it hasn't really worked out yet.
Like on a trampoline or on the ground?
Oh no, I could do them on there. I just can't do it on the ground. I'm a little too scared. Hidden talents.
Well, dude, you are 6'4", 200 pounds. Like that's a lot of body to get around a rotation.
I'm trying to think. Hidden talents. Honestly, like I'm at the point where like all I'm doing is driving somewhere because I have to drive an hour to school or to the gym or anywhere. I got to drive an hour to go to football. So I'm trying to think about it. It's really all my life has come to. Oh, I like to swim. I just like to hang out at the beach. That's my thing.
What are your future dreams of your career?
5 years. Oh, 5 years I'll be playing in college. So my dream school will probably be Arizona State, just because of it's warm all year round. Ready to get out of the cold of Canada. But
Yeah.
hopefully playing somewhere high level college football, NCAA, Division One. Just doing, what I do, playing football. Obviously, I just want to see take football as far as I can go. Yeah, that's kind of where I see myself, just playing ball.
Thanks for coming on here with me. I appreciate it.
No problem. Anytime.
Looking for more exclusive Canadian recruiting content? Become a CFC Insider Gold or Silver member today for access to rankings, analysis, and the latest recruiting news from across the country.